Yo, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be replacing the rear emblem on the 135i. As you can see, the one I have on currently right now is super bad, terrible, looks faded. I think it's the original one that came with the car, but I got these off of eBay. They're really cheap. They're knockoffs. I got them for like 20 bucks, I think, more or less, somewhere around there, but they're fairly cheap to buy and easy to replace. So first thing I did was get a paper business card. I thought I was going to be able to get behind the emblem, which I did a little bit, but it wasn't strong enough to cut the actual glue that's on the back. So then I moved up to a more stronger kind of like credit card material type of card, and then that way I was able to cut through the glue on the back of the emblem a bit better, and I would recommend using this from the get-go. I'm using a paper towel in the back just so I didn't really scratch up the paint. Even though it's made out of plastic, you could always just put the paper back there just to be safe. And then eventually I shoved the card enough to the point where it cut more than half of the glue off. And from then it became pretty easy. You could try heating this up with a heat gun, maybe soften up that glue a little bit. But once I did that, I got a flathead screwdriver and just pried it open. I know you're not supposed to use metal, but I did have the card in the way to protect the paint, and the card is pretty thick, so it kind of protected the paint in a way. And after I did that, it came out super easy. You could hear it just starts prying right off. So once I opened it up a good amount, I just pulled the rest of it out with my hand just to be safe. And when I did pull it out, I noticed that the glue was still stuck onto the paint. So in order to remove the stuff that's still stuck on the paint, you just have to maybe, use some Goo Gone or maybe a special wheel to take that off. I just peeled it off by hand. It took a while, but I got most of it off. And then once you do that, all you have to do is put some double-sided tape on the new one and seat it on. If it's good, only thing is there's going to be a gap on the side just because it doesn't have a curve, because it's not the original one. But I think it overall looks a lot better than before.